Hey, friends, welcome to the Stratonia podcast. This show is all about strategy, entrepreneurship, and smart business thinking, especially for African founders and professionals. I share lessons, tips, and insights from years of building businesses, and if you want to grow smarter and run better businesses, this is your podcast. Today, we will be diving into our blog post titled Demystifying Digital Marketing, Building Your Online Presence One Step at a Time. So we're doing this deep dive because, well, let's face it, the whole online world can feel like just a lot of noise, like shouting into a hurricane
Let me
sometimes.
go again.
Your business has value, you've got something great, but getting seen, getting heard online, it often feels overwhelming. Like, where do you even start?
Yeah, too many platforms, too much jargon.
Yeah,
Feels like you need to be everywhere doing everything all at once.
exactly. And that feeling of being overwhelmed, that's what this blog post really tries to tackle.
hmm The idea for this deep dive is to unpack the core concepts from the post. Break down the key channels, the foundational stuff, and give you a clear framework for those first steps.
Right. We want you walking away feeling maybe a bit less intimidated and more like, okay, I can actually do this.
Absolutely. The source acknowledges the noise, but it makes a really key point. You don't have to master everything immediately.
It's about understanding the basics, the fundamentals, and then taking small, consistent steps. That seems to be the core message.
Yeah, intentional steps.
Yeah.
That's how you cut through, apparently. So, where should we start?
Well, the source kicks off with the basics. What is digital marketing, really? It
Yeah.
gives that standard definition, using the internet, electronic devices, websites, social media, search, email, all that.
Sure, the technical definition.
But then it quickly pivots to what it calls the key shift from traditional marketing. It's not just about the tools, is it?
No, not at all. The source really emphasizes that difference. Traditional marketing was often about pushing messages out, maybe billboards, print ads.
Mm.
Digital marketing, fundamentally, is about meeting people where they already spend their time, in those online spaces they live in day to day.
Okay, so it's less about interrupting them and more about joining them where they are.
Exactly. And that leads to the core principle the source keeps coming back to. Being effective online isn't just having a website or posting on Facebook.
Right.
It's about being present, yes, but critically being valuable and relevant right when someone is actually looking for a solution you offer, showing up usefully.
Being the helpful guide when they're looking for something, not just another ad. Makes sense. So how do we become that guide? The source then talks about the building blocks, these key channels. And I like how it frames them not as this confusing list of things you have to do, but more like tools in a toolbox. Each one has a job.
That's a great way to put it. You pick the right tool for the job based on who you're trying to reach and what you want to achieve. You don't need every single tool right away.
Okay, let's grab the first tool then. The source discusses search engine marketing, SEM, getting found on Google, basically.
Right. And it splits SEM into two key parts, SEO and PPC.
Yeah, search engine optimization and pay-per-click. Instead of just defining them, what does the source say about why they matter so much?
Well, the crucial thing the source points out is intent. When someone types something into Google, like best running shoes near me, or maybe business coach in Accra.
They're actively looking for something specific.
Exactly. They have a need, a question. They're showing clear intent.
Yeah.
SEO is about optimizing your website and your content. So Google sees you as the best, most relevant answer for those searches. It's about earning those top spots in the organic, the non-paid results.
Okay, so SEO is the long game, building that authority.
The source definitely positions it as long-term, building relevance over time so you show up consistently.
Got it. And the other side, PPC.
That's pay-per-click. Those are the ads you see right at the top. With PPC, you're bidding on keywords to get immediate visibility. The key, the source notes, is you only pay when someone actually clicks your ad.
So that offers immediate presence for those high-intent searches while you're maybe still building your SEO.
Precisely. They complement each other. SEO earns the spot. PPC buys temporary access to that intent-driven audience.
It's powerful because you're catching people right when they're searching for what you offer. The source actually poses a great reflection question for you, the listener. What terms might your ideal customer type into Google when looking for a solution you provide?
Yeah, just thinking about that is a really practical first step.
Okay, so that's search. What about reaching people who aren't actively searching right now but could still benefit from knowing about you? That's where content marketing comes in, right?
Absolutely. This is about creating and sharing valuable, relevant stuff. Blog posts, videos, maybe guides, checklists that attracts and retains an audience, and eventually drives some kind of action.
And the core idea here, according to the source, isn't hard selling.
No, definitely not. It's the opposite, really.
Mm.
It's about providing useful information or entertainment. You build trust, establish yourself as knowledgeable, and naturally draw people in.
So earning a pension by being helpful, not by interrupting.
That's the essence of it. And the source gives a really simple tip to get started. Just answer the most common questions your customers ask you.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, turn those answers into blog posts or short videos. You already know it's content your audience cares about.
Stop guessing. Start answering. I like that. Okay, next tool. Social media marketing. Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, TikTok. This feels like the one that overwhelms people the most.
It often does. And the source tackles a big misconception head on. Yes, creating a profile is free, but relying only on organic reach, getting seen without paying, that's really tough these days.
There's algorithms, yeah.
Exactly. The source is pretty clear. For consistent reach with your target audience, you often need to factor in paid social advertising. Platforms like Facebook and Instagram have powerful targeting tools.
So free isn't always free if you actually want results.
Pretty much. But beyond the paid aspect, the source stresses the core purpose. Social media is about conversation, connection, building community.
Right, not just broadcasting ads.
No. It's where you engage, show your brand's personality, share that valuable content you're creating. And consistency and value are key, maybe more so than just posting constantly. Quality over quantity.
And again, focus is important. The source asks another good question. Where does your ideal audience actually spend their time online socially? Focus your initial efforts there.
Don't spread yourself too thin. Be effective where it counts.
Makes sense. Okay, let's shift to email marketing. Sending emails to people who've opted in. Updates, content, offers. Why does the source highlight this so much? Seems a bit old school compared to social.
But that's its power, according to the source. Your email list. That's an asset you own.
Okay, explain that.
Unlike your social media followers, where the platform's algorithm decides who sees your posts, your email list is a direct line. You control that communication channel.
I see. No algorithm gatekeeper.
Exactly. It's a direct connection to an audience that has explicitly said, yes, I want to hear from you. And the source points out that email marketing consistently delivers a high return on investment because of that direct engaged relationship.
So how do you start building that list?
The source keeps it simple. Offer something valuable on your website, a free guide, a discount, a checklist, in exchange for an email address. There are easy tools. It mentions MailerLite's free plan as an example.
And then you just spam them with offers?
No, that's
Yeah.
crucial. You nurture the list. The source suggests an 80-20 rule. About 80% valuable, helpful content, and maybe 20% promotional stuff. Keep providing value.
Right, maintain that trust. Owning that connection feels key. Okay, lastly, the source touches on paid advertising beyond just Google search ads, like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, LinkedIn ads.
Paying to get your message seen on these platforms.
And the big advantage here, according to the source,
Targeting. Precision targeting. These platforms know a lot about their users' demographics, interests, online behavior. So you can define very specifically who you want your ad shown to.
making sure your budget goes towards reaching the right people.
Exactly. And the source gives a nice example of how these tools work together. Say, you run Facebook ads, promoting a useful blog post that's content marketing meeting paid ads.
Okay.
Then you could run retargeting ads, showing a different ad, maybe a direct offer, only to people who clicked the first ad or visited your site.
Ah, smart. Layering the approach.
Yeah, it shows they aren't just separate tactics. They can be part of a coordinated strategy.
Okay, wow. So we've got SEM, SEO, and PPC, content, social, email, paid ads. That still feels like a lot of tools. How does the source suggest a founder actually, starts building without getting totally swamped?
This is where the source introduces what it calls the atomic approach. I like that name.
Atomic approach. Okay.
Yeah, it's all about tackling the overwhelm. Instead of trying everything, focus on building your core digital real estate, piece by piece. It lists 5 foundational things.
Right. What are they?
First, a functional website. This is like non-negotiable according to the source. It's your home base, the hub you control. It says who you are, what you do. Critically, it hosts your content like a blog, and it's where you capture leads, like email signups.
Got it. Your digital storefront.
Basically.
Yeah.
Second, a content engine. Usually this is the blog or maybe a resources section on that website. It's where your valuable content lives, attracting people through search, giving you stuff to share elsewhere.
Makes sense. Fuel for the other channels.
Exactly. Third, primary community hubs.
The source advises picking just one or maybe two social platforms where your ideal audience actually hangs out. Focus your efforts there consistently.
Not trying to be everywhere. Right. Better to be strong in one or two places than weak everywhere. Fourth, an email list setup. Just having the system in place on your site to collect emails with permission and a way to send them, crucial for that direct relationship. And fifth, this one's optional but key for local businesses. A local listing. Claiming and optimizing your Google business profile, so people searching locally find you on Google Search and Maps.
Okay, those 5 pieces: website, content engine, 1-2 social hubs, email list. Maybe local listing that feels way more manageable, like building blocks.
Yeah, building a solid foundation you actually control.
So once you have that base, or even while you're building it, how do you plan your first actual marketing actions? The source offers a simple framework for this too, right? To avoid getting stuck.
Yes, absolutely. A 4-step framework designed to be actionable. Step 1, understand who you're reaching. The source hammers this home. You have to know your audience. Create a customer profile or avatar.
Who are they? What are their problems? Where do they hang out online?
All of that. The source gives an example, like maybe young entrepreneurs struggling with scaling online. Knowing this guides literally every other decision. If you skip this, you're just guessing.
Okay, know your audience first.
Step 2.
Choose your starting channels wisely. Based on that audience profile, where can you realistically reach them effectively? Pick just 1 or 2 core channels from that toolbox we talked about.
Like if they're visual, maybe Instagram and your blog. If they're professionals, LinkedIn and email.
Exactly, those kinds of choices, based on audience and your own resources. Step 3, create and share value consistently. Develop content that addresses the needs of the audience you defined. Answer their questions, offer tips.
Connects back to the content engine.
Totally. And share that value consistently on the channels you picked in step 2. Put the right message in front of the right people where they are.
Makes sense. And the last step.
Step 4, measure and learn. Don't get lost in complicated analytics at first. Just pay attention to the basics. Are people engaging? Visiting your site? Signing up for emails?
See what's working. Yeah. Use that feedback to adjust your approach.
Yeah.
The source mentions cost per lead, CPL, as a good one if you start running ads.
Yeah.
But the main point is, learn by doing and observing. It's iterative.
Know your audience, pick your channels, deliver value there, watch what happens, adjust. That feels doable, much less scary than trying to master everything at once.
It really does break it down. And the source wraps this up with that quick example, the consultation campaign.
Oh yeah, the agency example. How did that illustrate the framework?
Well, they followed the steps. Their goal, generate leads, audience, small business owners needing marketing help, offer a free 30-minute consultation, clear value.
Okay.
Chosen channel, Facebook lead generation ads. Why?
Yeah.
The source implies it's because they could target business owners' interests easily, and the lead form on Facebook itself made sign-up super simple for busy people.
Reduced friction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And measurement. They tracked cost per lead. It came in at $0.46, which the source frames as successful because the potential lifetime value of a client was way higher than that.
So it shows the whole framework in action. Audience, channel, off, measurement.
A neat little case study of the process working.
So pulling it all together from this deep dive, the big takeaway really seems to be that digital marketing isn't some insurmountable monster. It's about understanding the core ideas.
Focusing on fundamentals.
Being strategic about where you put your energy and just taking those small, consistent steps the source keeps mentioning.
It really boils down to meeting your audience where they are, genuinely providing value, and building those relationships. That's the common thread through all the channels.
And the advice to just start with one foundational piece feels really practical for founders. Get your website solid or get your email capture working, then build the next layer.
Yeah, like compounding interest. Those small, focused efforts build momentum over time. It's about building smarter for sustainable growth.
Definitely. So let's leave our listeners with something to chew on, building on that source material. Given that simple 4-step planning framework the source laid out, understanding your audience, choosing channels, creating value, and measuring, thinking about your business specifically right now. What is the single biggest question you need to answer about your audience or your business before you can even take that very first small, manageable step the source talks about?